It all started on a chilly October night, the kind of evening where the air carries an electric anticipation of fun and mischief. My best friend Ethan had invited me to his cousin's Halloween party, an event notorious for outrageous games and unfiltered laughter. I wasn't much of a party person, but Ethan was relentless. "Come on, Alex," he said, nudging me with a grin. "It'll be fun. Costumes, food, drinks. And trust me, you'll thank me when you see the crowd." I wasn't sure what he meant by the crowd, but I reluctantly agreed. It wasn't like I had better plans for the evening. So, I threw on my vampire costume, a basic black cape and fake fangs, and met Ethan at his place. The party was in full swing by the time we arrived. Laughter and music spilled out of the house, and inside, it was packed with people in all sorts of elaborate costumes. Ethan's cousin Megan was dressed as a fairy queen, complete with a shimmering gown and glittery wings. She greeted us with a drink and a mischievous smile. "You're just in time for truth or dare," she announced, grabbing my arm and pulling me toward a circle forming in the living room. I hesitated. Truth or dare wasn't exactly my idea of a good time. But Ethan was already sitting down, looking far too eager, so I followed suit. The circle was a mix of people, some familiar, others strangers, but all seemed ready to unleash chaos. The game started harmlessly enough. Truths about embarrassing childhood moments, dares involving spicy food or silly dances. But as the drinks flowed, the stakes got higher. And then it was my turn. "Alex," Megan called, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Truth or dares?" I could feel everyone's eyes on me. "Truth," I said cautiously. Groans erupted around the circle. "Boring," someone shouted. "Fine," Megan said, rolling her eyes. "Have you ever worn women's clothing?" The question caught me off guard. No," I replied, feeling my cheeks heat up. "Then let's fix that," Megan said with a wicked grin. "Next round, you're doing a dare." I laughed nervously, thinking she was joking. But as the turns passed, I realized she wasn't. When my turn came again, Megan didn't even ask. "Dare," she declared for me. "And your dare is to dress as a girl for the rest of the night." The room erupted in cheers and laughter.
"What?
"No way," I protested. "Come on, Alex," Megan teased. "It's Halloween. If you can dress up as a vampire, you can dress up as a girl. It's just for fun." Ethan chimed in, "Yeah, man. It's not a big deal. Besides, you'll probably look better than half the guys here." The peer pressure was relentless. Finally, I sighed.
"Fine.
"But nothing too crazy, okay?" Megan clapped her hands in delight. "Perfect. Follow me." She led me upstairs to her room, where she already had a pile of clothes and accessories laid out. "I've been waiting for someone to pick this dare," she admitted with a wink. Before I knew it, I was standing in front of a full-length mirror, staring at someone I barely recognized. Megan had chosen a short black dress that clung to my body in ways that felt both strange and oddly flattering. She added sheer tights, a pair of low heels, and a blonde wig that cascaded past my shoulders. "I can't believe I'm doing this," I muttered as she applied makeup, a little eyeliner, some blush, and a pink lipstick. "You look amazing," she said, stepping back to admire her work. When I finally rejoined the party, the reaction was immediate. Whistles, cheers, and more laughter. I tried to play it cool, but my cheeks were burning. "You actually look good, Alex," Ethan said, looking genuinely impressed. Like, scarily good. I wasn't sure whether to take that as a compliment or an insult. As the night went on, something strange happened. The initial embarrassment faded, replaced by a bizarre sense of confidence. People kept complimenting me on the outfit, the makeup, even my walk. I found myself laughing more, talking more, even dancing. It wasn't until later, when I caught my reflection in a window, that it hit me. I didn't just look like a girl. I looked like a version of myself I'd never seen before. And for some reason, it didn't feel wrong. The game eventually moved on, but the night had shifted. People started calling me Alexa instead of Alex, and I didn't bother correcting them. Ethan introduced me to some of his friends, who treated me like just another girl at the party. One of them, a guy named Ryan, even offered me a drink and started chatting me up. At first, I thought he was joking, but he seemed genuinely interested. It was confusing and thrilling all at once. By the end of the night, I didn't want to take off the dress or the wig. Something about it felt liberating, like I was stepping into a part of myself I didn't know existed. When Ethan and I finally left the party, he gave me a knowing look. "You had fun, didn't you?" he said. I shrugged, trying to downplay it. It was different. Different good or different bad? I didn't answer, but the truth was it was different good. Over the next few weeks, I couldn't stop thinking about that night. I found myself browsing women's clothing online, wondering how I'd look in different outfits. Eventually, I ordered a few pieces, a skirt, a blouse, and another wig. At first, I told myself it was just curiosity. But as I tried on the clothes in the privacy of my room, I realized it was more than that. Being Alexa felt right. It wasn't long before I started dressing up more often, experimenting with makeup, and even venturing out as Alexa. The first time I went out in public was nerve-wracking, but no one gave me a second glance. Ethan was the first person I told. "Hey, remember that party?" I began awkwardly one afternoon. "How could I forget?" he said with a grin. "Well, I've been doing some thinking. And trying some things." He raised an eyebrow. "Trying what things?" I hesitated, then showed him a picture I'd taken of myself as Alexa. "Whoa," he said, his eyes widening. "You've been doing this since the parties?" I nodded, unsure how he'd react. "Honestly, you look great," he said. "If this makes you happy, I'm all for it." His support meant everything. The journey wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt, confusion, and fear. But there were also moments of joy and discovery. The dare that started as a joke had opened a door I didn't even know existed, and stepping through it changed my life in ways I never imagined. Now, as I stand here looking in the mirror, fully embracing who I am, I can't help but smile. Truth or dare didn't just turn me into a girl for a night. It helped me find a truth I'd been hiding from myself all along. As the days turned into weeks, my alter ego, Alexa, began to feel like more than just a fleeting experiment. It was as though I'd stumbled upon a version of myself that had been waiting in the shadows, ready to step into the light. But embracing this part of me wasn't without its challenges. One evening, I decided to tell my sister, Rachel. She had always been the most open-minded and supportive person I knew, so I hoped she'd understand. "Hey, Rach, can we talk?" I asked, my voice trembling slightly as I sat across from her at her kitchen table. "Of course," she said, putting her phone aside and giving me her full attention. "What's up?" I hesitated for a moment, unsure how to start. Finally, I pulled up a picture on my phone, a selfie I'd taken as Alexa. In it, I was wearing a floral dress with soft curls framing my face, my makeup light but polished. "This is me," I said, sliding the phone across the table. Rachel picked up the phone, her brow furrowing slightly as she examined the picture. Then her expression softened, and she looked at me with a smile. "You look beautiful," she said simply. I let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. "You don't think it's weird?" "Why would I think that?" she asked. "If this is who you are, then I'm happy for you. But I have to ask, how long have you been doing this?" I explained everything, from the Halloween party to the nights I'd spent experimenting in the privacy of my room. Rachel listened intently, nodding occasionally, but never interrupting. When I finished, she reached across the table and squeezed my hand. "Alex, or should I say Alexa, you have nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone deserves to explore who they are, and I'm proud of you for being brave enough to do it." Her words brought tears to my eyes. For the first time, I felt like I wasn't alone in this journey. Rachel even offered to take me shopping for clothes and makeup, something I had been too nervous to do on my own. The following weekend, we hit the mall, and for the first time, I experienced the thrill of picking out outfits as Alexa. "Try this," Rachel said, handing me a red wrap dress. "It'll look amazing on you." I hesitated. "Isn't it too much?" She laughed. "Trust me, you can pull it off." She was right. When I stepped out of the fitting room, Rachel's face lit up. "See? You're stunning." Her encouragement gave me the confidence to keep going. By the end of the day, I had a new wardrobe, a makeup kit, and a growing sense of self-assurance. Over time, Alexa became a bigger part of my life. I started going out more, attending LGBTQ+ events, and meeting people who understood what I was going through. Each interaction was like a puzzle piece falling into place, helping me build a clearer picture of who I was. Ethan remained one of my biggest supporters. One night, he even suggested we go out together, with me as Alexa. "Are you sure?" I asked, my nerves bubbling to the surface. "Absolutely," he said. "You deserve to have fun and feel comfortable being yourself." So, we went to a bar known for its inclusive atmosphere. Walking in as Alexa was both exhilarating and terrifying. I felt exposed, vulnerable, but also free. Ethan stayed by my side all night, introducing me to people and making sure I felt safe. By the end of the evening, I was laughing and chatting like I'd been doing this my whole life. One of the people I met that night was Jess, a vibrant and outspoken woman with a pixie cut and a contagious laugh. She immediately took me under her wing, offering advice and encouragement. "You're doing great, girl," she said, clinking her glass against mine. "But remember, it's okay to take things at your own pace. Don't let anyone rush you into figuring it all out." Her words stuck with me. Not everyone was as accepting as Ethan, Rachel, or Jess. When I eventually decided to share this part of myself with my parents, their reaction was complicated. "Are you sure this isn't just a phase?" my dad asked, his tone laced with skepticism. My mom was quieter, but clearly uncomfortable. "We just want you to be happy," she said, though her expression suggested she didn't fully understand. It hurt, but I reminded myself that their reaction didn't define me. I gave them time and space, hoping they'd come around. Work was another challenge. While I wasn't ready to introduce Alexa to my colleagues, balancing my two identities started to feel like a tightrope act. I longed for the day when I could be my authentic self, no matter where I was. One of the most transformative moments came when Jess invited me to a drag show.
"You have to see this," she said.
It's like nothing else. The energy of the show was electric. The performers were unapologetically bold, each one commanding the stage with charisma and confidence. Watching them, I felt a surge of inspiration. "Have you ever thought about performing?" Jess asked me afterward.
"Me?
"No way," I said, laughing. But the idea planted itself in my mind. Over the next few weeks, I toyed with the concept, wondering what it would be like to step onto a stage as Alexa. With Jess's encouragement, I finally signed up for an open mic night. The day of the event, I was a bundle of nerves. But when I stepped under the spotlight, something shifted. The music started, and I let go of my fears, channeling everything I had into the performance. The applause at the end was deafening. For the first time, I felt truly seen, not just as Alex or Alexa, but as a whole person. As months turned into a year, Alexa became more than just an alter ego. She became an integral part of who I was. I started exploring what it meant to live authentically, balancing my identities and finding ways to merge them. Ethan, Rachel, Jess, and the new friends I'd made along the way were my anchors, helping me navigate the challenges and celebrate the victories. Looking back, it's hard to believe how much my life changed because of a simple game of truth or dare. What started as a silly Halloween prank became the catalyst for a journey of self-discovery and transformation. Now, as I stand here preparing for another performance, this time as the headline act, I can't help but smile. The path wasn't easy, but it led me to a place where I feel truly at home in my own skin. And to think, it all began with one dare. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.